Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see from the title of this video, today I'm going to share with you two of my embarrassing moments learning English. Actually, I had a lot of embarrassing moments in my journey, but I think it's gonna take like a decade if I mention all of them. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you two of my biggest embarrassing moments, not because I enjoy remembering how embarrassing they were, but because I learned so much from them. The reason why I'm speaking English is number one, I want to practice speaking also. And number two, hopefully in the process of me speaking English and sharing some of my stories, some of my experience, it can inspire some of you out there who are also trying so bad to learn something new, especially languages. Because I really understand that in the journey of learning something new, it's very hard sometimes. It's very frustrated sometimes because it's new to you. And sometimes you feel embarrassed when you make mistakes. By sharing my stories, my embarrassing moments, I hope that it can make you feel better. You think that, okay, I'm not alone. A lot of other people out there are also making a lot of mistakes. So I guess I'm okay then. Before we start the video, there's one thing I want to say is that I'm not a native English speaker. I'm Vietnamese and my mother language is Vietnamese. So I think I'm gonna make some mistakes here and there in this video, but I guess it's okay, right? Because it's also part of learning. So without further ado, let's dive in the video. Story number one happened when I was at my first full-time job. At that time, I was working at an export company, and my job was to communicate with clients from around the world. And normally, everything was through email. And email was safe. I could take my time, I could check my grammar, I could even use Google Translate if I got stuck. But one day, a client called me, like a real phone call. And I remember I was sitting at my desk when the phone rang, and I looked at the phone and I saw an international number appear on the screen. And like my heart started to beat so fast, and I was thinking to myself, like, what is happening? And I had to answer the phone, right? Because, it was a client. I picked up the phone and I remember I could only speak like very simple sentences like, hello, what can I help you? Can you repeat that? And that's it. After that, I nearly couldn't say anything. The customer was still talking, still explaining about the order, but I just couldn't follow. And because I was in the middle of a phone call, right? So I need to fix the fire by saying to the customer that, sorry, I cannot hear you clearly. Can you send me an email instead? And I remember I feel so embarrassed after I hang up the phone because I was in the middle of the office and there are a lot of coworkers sitting around me. And I think that they already saw my awkwardness. So that was very, again, embarrassing. Even now when I think about it, I still feel a little stress and a little bit of embarrassed inside my body. But you know what? That was actually a very important moment for me because that gave me a very big, like a huge motivation that I need to be better at English, and it pushed me to practice a lot more. Okay, the story number two is even worse because it's not only happened in one moment like a phone call, but it happened in 3 days. It happened a little bit later when my English was, I think it's better than before. I could read, I could communicate a bit more. And I thought to myself that my English is actually pretty good. And I remember I was confident when I registered a workshop of my mentor. And actually, that workshop has an interpreter as well. So I didn't really worry about it. But the thing is, that workshop had a lot of games, like interactive games where you need to talk to your teammates, communicate, discuss strategies and a lot more. And in my team that time, there was a Singaporean guy. He is an English native speaker and he didn't know any Vietnamese words. And of course, I need to communicate with him in English, right? So that's when I realized that my English is terrible. For 3 days, 3 whole days, I struggled so much because I could only say very basic sentences, but when I wanted to explain something more complex, I couldn't. I couldn't explain my ideas clear enough for him to understand, and because of that, we lost so many games. I remember feeling so frustrated and embarrassed because I was the only one who know English, except for the Singaporean guy in that team, and I was supposed to contribute to the team, not like destroy the games. And that's the second moment I realized that my English is very bad. It's not bad in the textbook kind of way, but in real life, when I needed to actually use English to communicate, to express my ideas and to discuss a lot of things, I couldn't do it. And that 3 day workshop showed me the truth. It showed me what real English communication looks like. And it gave me a very clear goal that I don't want to ever feel like that again. And I need to get better. Now, when I look back at those moments, I still feel embarrassed, to be honest. But I also learned something, that those terrible moments are actually good teachers because they show you where you need to improve. They gave you the motivation and they push you to practice a lot more. So if you're learning something new right now, for example, you're learning English and you feel embarrassed about your mistakes, is actually a good thing because it means that you are trying and it means that you are in the process of getting better. So don't give up. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Actually, I have a lot more to share, but I'm gonna save it for later, okay? So if you like this video, please give me a like, share, and subscribe so that I have the motivation to make a lot more videos in the future. Please leave a comment below and let me know if you like this type of video or if you have any question about English or about anything that you think I can help. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.